All right, everybody. Thanks so much for stopping by another live episode of Real Estate Titans, sponsored by Lion Bolt Media. I'm your host, Greg Fowler, traveling throughout the marketplace, interviewing the top real estate professionals in our field, essentially gathering insight, inspiration, really drives and motivates these top producers above and beyond everybody else and what I'd like to consider a real estate titan. Now, our very special guest and featured titan for today, I'm absolutely thrilled, honored. This is a very, very special episode to have David Bravo Jr. on the show. I cannot stress enough my excitement. David, thank you so much for taking the time. It's an honor.
He's not the OG David Bravo, but we'll take the junior. We'll take the junior for this one.
I love it. Anytime, man. Anytime for sure. But yeah, seriously, man, thank you so much for taking the time. This is going to be an absolute roller coaster ride of intense information. I can't wait for everybody to dive into you. So yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, so let me start by saying this. I'm a big fan of yours as well. I got to tell you, man, your intro to the show, I feel like paying you just to intro me wherever I have to go. Be like, this is baby David Bravo Jr. He's done this, he's done that. I'm like thinking, damn, who is this guy? I want to watch him too.
You're incredible, man. You're incredible.
Job. So hats off to you.
No, hey, thank you so much. And truly, everything that I say and more is incredible. You and I have a lot of mutual acquaintances and colleagues.
Yes, sir.
And everybody that I know that knows you thinks the world of you. So I can't wait to share that with the Titan Nation and go on forward. So David, without further ado, I guess let's just jump into the first question, which is really telling everybody a little bit about yourself, who you are, where you're from, what got you into the biz, and kind of your progression to today and Monarch. And we definitely want to talk about that.
So let me start by just saying thank you. I've seen your episodes in the past, and you've had some incredible talent on here. So just the opportunity, obviously, to have a conversation with you. I'm very humbled by this opportunity, and I just want to start by saying thank you.
You're the best, David.
Yeah, I mean that. So who's David Bravo Jr.? First and foremost, I'm a family man. I'm a proud husband, a proud father. 5 beautiful kids, 2 in heaven. I have parents who have guided me through this journey. To hopefully put me in the best position to succeed. So I graduated high school in 1999. And, for starters, my mom's a real estate broker. My dad is still a legendary title rep. He's the best in the business, the original David Bravo Sr.
Wow.
My stepfather does loans, and then my stepmom owns an escrow. So I was kind of born and bred in the business. And,
Sure.
I remember when I graduated high school in 1999, I had a conversation with my father, and he says, hey, you should really consider coming down the field with me. We can get you going, and you can get kind of a 4-year head start on everyone who's going to go to school and get in debt and do all these things. And, at the time, it seemed like an incredible opportunity. And I was going to go to school at San Diego State. Okay. And I remember thinking, San Diego State, it's a fun school, right? I'm thinking, shoot, man, I might be there for like 8 years. I don't know if I'll ever get out of San Diego State. So I should probably consider this opportunity. So that being said, I did take the leap. And let me just stop right there. Yeah. Education is so important. I started going back to school after I had the opportunity to take some classes and get accepted at Marshall School of Business, USC, and then even at Pepperdine. And unfortunately, the kids have put that on pause, but make no mistake, I will finish my degree. I promised my mom. So I still think that's incredibly important. For sure. That being said, I became a title rep. In the summer of 1999, I went on a senior trip to Cancun. My hair was all poofy and curly. And I came back, I got a haircut, and I got a box of business cards. Wow. And that's all she wrote. I had obviously some pretty incredible success. If you're in real estate anywhere in the early 2000s, it was very, very good. There were plenty of deals out there, plenty of transactions. I can cruise to a bunch of offices, smile, and get a deal. That being said, the recession, I think, humbled everyone.
Right.
And then it was a purging process, and I was fortunate enough to come out of that stronger than ever, and make my way through this path, which has ultimately guided me here. So that's my quick story of who's David Bravo Jr. But I want to say this again: I'm a family man, I'm a husband, I'm a son, I'm a dad, and that's what truly has allowed me to get to this point in my career.
Well, and David, again, a beautiful intro into just kind of what your progression is to, into the industry, but mentioning your family and your motivation, I would love to dive into that a little bit more. And some people call it their why, their drivers, what gets you out of bed, excited. So let's kind of segue into that, because I think that's a deeper dive into you as a person, and it's very important.
Well, yeah, I absolutely. Thank you for that question, because that's important to me.
Hmm.
You got to understand, as I stand here, which again, I'm probably a third into my overall journey,
Mm,
or halfway through life and stuff, and I'm a product of my parents. I cannot state that enough.
yeah.
My mom was born in Mexico. My dad has an incredibly inspiring story of adoption.
Mm.
And my parents, they grew up in East Los Angeles, California,
Wow.
and they
Okay.
both went to Garfield High School.
Mm,
And it was a very humble beginning, but they worked their ass off and put us in a position as kids to succeed. And
mm,
I got the chance to go to a little bit better school, and then a good high school.
mm.
And I credit everything to my parents,
Sure.
because they've given us, and I speak for all my brothers and sisters, they've
Mm,
given us the path to succeed.
mm,
I hold that very, very near and dear to my heart, because, as I look at, whether it's my career, my family life, whatever it is,
yeah.
it's my duty to be successful, because my parents put us in the position to be successful, and
Wow.
it would be a disservice to them
Mm,
to not be successful. And I speak of success in a broad terms. I speak of success as success of being a father, of being a husband, of being a family man, of being,
mm.
also the CEO of Monarch title, and all aspects of life.
Sure.
They've given us a chance to succeed. So I really hold that near and dear to my heart as a true motivator,
Wow.
for me personally.
But what a beautiful example, and I know that anybody that's watching and listening can absolutely appreciate where you're coming from. And so many of us have had wonderful opportunities with our family to set those examples and the expectations. But ultimately, too, David, I mean, you put in the work. You really got down to it. Having good representation and mentors and examples in your life is a huge part of it. But at the end of the day, I mean, at least to the knowledge and our kind of pre-conversation here before we went live is, you've always been ahead. You've always had an opportunity to really put the work in and be in these rooms with incredible people at a completely different life stage, right? And what an incredible thing to me. At the end of the day, I just think it's huge. And I would really like to talk about your progression through the title industry, and you don't have to mention names, anything like that. But again, I guess kind of from title rep into management up until, CEO, you're seeing it. You've been in the business for 18 plus years. I mean, there's a lot of knowledge in your brain. And I would love to just kind of share that out a little bit, just so you have a little bit of background on there.
Yeah. So, again, I got into the business in 1999,
Mhm.
and with my father already being in the business, it was a pretty smooth path into the industry. But I got my own territory, and these were, I was able to work in a territory with family and friends and stuff like that. So, again, I credit them for helping me along the way early on,
Sure.
as I got my feet wet. And it wasn't until, again, I speak of the recession. There was the pre David Bravo Jr.
Mm.
and then the post David Bravo Jr. recession.
Okay.
And I'm going to be incredibly honest. I opened up an aquarium store in
Interesting.
2006, and at that time, we had just gotten married, and we already had a son, Johnny.
Mm.
And I felt like, okay, I want to diversify a little bit. I'd like to, my entrepreneur mind kicked in, and I said, let me open up my own business. So I left aquariums,
Mm.
and so I opened up this fish store, and it was pretty cool. Again, I invested of my own money. It was like 150 grand, and I was like,
Wow.
screw it, I'm going to be a business owner,
Mhm.
and I put my little family savings into that.
Mm.
And this was in 2006, which I couldn't have timed it better,
Oh
obviously, to
boy.
start your own business. And I ended up getting my teeth kicked in. And I
Mm.
remember towards the end, when I knew I was going to get my butt kicked, right?
Wow.
There was no way of really stopping it. I remember
Mm.
writing a letter to my dad,
Mm.
and it was called The Culmination.
Wow.
And I said, you know what, Dad, because I was still working title then, right?
Mhm.
Title was supporting my other ventures. So I wrote a letter to my dad, and I said, Dad, I got some rough waters ahead.
Mm.
This has been incredibly challenging starting my own little side business, but
Yeah.
I promise you, I get it now.
Mm.
And I wrote a letter to him called The Culmination. And I said, I promise you, I'm over here working, on a Tuesday and Thursday night, cashing out the register, and I cash out, and it's like, we made $40 today.
Wow.
And I'm thinking it was such a defining moment in my life because I said, what am I doing?
Hmm.
What am I doing here? I'm away from my wife. I'm away from my son.
Hmm.
I'm working weekends, so I can cash out a register. I make $40 on the day.
Wow.
And I remember at that point, I wrote him this letter. And you got to understand, I was going to lose my house. I was going to lose our cars. I was going to lose blah, 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 everything at this point. But it was such the Japanese, they call it a moment of satori, a moment of clear sight, of clear vision.
Wow.
And I wrote him this letter and I said, I get it now.
Hmm.
I get it that I've been blessed, with being in the career of real estate, that we have the opportunity to make whatever income we want to make if we want to apply ourselves.
Mhm.
And I said, I promise you, I'm not going to work I'm never going to work as hard as I'm about to work in my entire life.
Wow.
And I will not stop, until I experience success and I dig myself out of this hole.
Mm.
So all that being said, I committed. I was all in. I shaved my head. I bought a $13,000 Toyota Yaris.
Wow.
We moved into my mom's house.
Hmm.
And then the life's journey kind of truly began for me,
Interesting.
because I was applying myself. It wasn't just 2005 and 6. It just being given to me.
Hmm.
So I'm proud to say that it took me a couple of years of fully applying myself, but I had my best year ever of being a rep in 2009.
Wow.
And then in 2010 I had my best year ever.
Hmm.
And then in 2011 I had my best year ever. And so meanwhile,
Wow.
like, while the economy is still fluttering,
Right.
I'm just going the other way.
Hmm.
And that's when I realize it is not the economy. It is not the interest rates. It is not the market. It's not the listings or the available listings. It's you, it's me.
Wow.
It's what can I make out of this?
Hmm.
And I worked my ass off. And if the market was dropping, then so be it. I just got to work exponentially tougher than the market.
Right.
So, as I started to go the other way of the economy and of the marketplace, I was tapped to be sales manager.
Okay.
Her name was Margaret Foster, and I always, credit and I love Margaret Foster dearly. And she came to me. She was at Old Republic Title, and she said, "It's time. You're ready."
Hmm.
And at that time, I wasn't sure. I was just a rep.
Sure.
Right? A successful rep now at that time, but still, I had never been in management. I didn't have a 4-year degree.
Hmm.
And so it was tough conversations with the family and my mom and my dad and the wife. And I said, screw it. Why not? Let me make a run at it.
Right.
So I became sales manager. It was a tough road, but I'm proud to say at that stage, I was able to triple revenue, triple profitability, and triple even market share.
Wow. Huge.
And then the opportunity came up with Stewart Title, another great company.
For sure.
And I was able to expand a little bit more and branch out a little bit more into other counties. And again, I've 2 great companies that gave me the opportunity to really shine. And then finally, the opportunity came. And again, this was another tough decision. A local startup, which is now Monarch Title. Look, I should wear my hat like you.
I love it.
So Monarch Title comes knocking, and again, I'm like, oh, I don't know. I've never been CEO. I don't have, again, the questions come up. I don't have a 4-year degree. How well do I know P&L? Can I perform in this area? I know how to grow sales. Can I grow internal staff? And what can I do? How can I be so sure of this decision? And at the end of the day, you don't know. There are no guarantees.
Never.
But you take that leap, and I've been incredibly excited about the opportunity to lead Monarch Title.
Wow.
We've already, we didn't start from much, but we've quadrupled our revenue. We've quadrupled our growth. And make no mistake, we're here to blaze a trail into 2021. But I go back to, again, the mindset of the economy and where we're at right now is we don't know what's going to happen next year. Everyone's projecting a fantastic year, but what's going to happen in 2022 or 2023? We don't know.
Right.
But I will say this, if you have the belief in yourself and in your work ethic, and if you trust your own ability to weather any storm given, it's not about the marketplace. Wow. It's about you. What can you do to grow the microeconomy that we're all in here? So, I'm very, very excited, to say the least, about Monarch and the steps ahead and the growth that we're about to experience. So,
Well, and David, and again, thank you so much for sharing that story and the progression to Monarch today. And for anybody out there who doesn't quite know the details, I would love to share just a little bit about Monarch. And obviously, you have extensive knowledge on different operations and seeing different segments of the market, and obviously you being in California. But let's talk about, I guess, Monarch Title and the successes that you've had. And just, this is just my assumption. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but obviously, first and foremost, it comes from your brand and your reputation, David. And the community absolutely loves and respects what you do and who you are. But I think that, the right people that you're surrounding yourself with and the industry partners that you leverage and really grow together. I mean, there's so many different aspects, but from your words, Monarch Title, just kind of give everybody a little bit about it and, that sort of thing. Just a little bit of background.
yeah. So Monarch Title was founded a couple of years ago, and we've they were doing what they were doing in the marketplace, and again, I'm very blessed to have this opportunity to be a part of a fast growing, new, innovative company. And it's exciting. And I got to be honest, because historically title is run by the big boys, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I make no mistake, I tip my hat to all the big boys, because at the end of the day, if you're a 100-year-old company, you're a 100-year-old company. That should be commended.
For sure.
But I also have a firm belief that there's a new way many times of doing business. There's a new way of taking care of our employees. There's a new way of creating pay structures for our sales rep. There's a new way of creating buy-in to what we're building. Wow. And so I took the leap, obviously, with Monarch. It's been incredibly exciting. We went from 1 rep to 8 reps. Wow. Fairly quickly, in a couple of months.
Okay.
And now we've kind of let things settle down in January and February, and we look to get back out into the marketplace and continue the scaling process.
Sure.
That we have for 2021. Hopefully it starts in March or April, but to me, again, whether it's March or April that we make some new announcements, either way, the path is very specific. We're going to grow, we're going to scale, we're going to be a very, very profitable company, and then we're going to do it all over again. And then after we scale, we're going to scale again. So,
oh gosh.
Anyways, but let me just I want to make sure that it's not just David Bravo Jr. here. I might be on this podcast, but make no mistake, there's people like Scott Hohen and John Gerasi and Pepper who are on our team. And these people have been ridiculously supportive on what we're building and what we're growing. So It ain't just me. If there's one, gift I will have is gathering talent and just letting them run and letting them shine and just supporting them and not getting in their way. So
spoken like a true leader, my friend. That's the absolute truth. And again, I can feel your energy and your passion. I mean, it really comes out of you, David. And I love the fact that, it's letting the people grow and scale and supporting and collaborating and really looking at it from a slightly different standpoint. To me, I can 100% appreciate where you're coming from with other title companies, 100+ years in the business. And that's something to be commended about. But to me, at least from my understanding in our conversations with Monarch, you guys are looking to the next 100 years.
That's right.
What does the industry look like in the future? Not just now or what's been, but you're looking to the next 100. And unfortunately, and I can't speak for other title companies, but just the knowledge that I have, some of them are kind of stuck. Some of them are kind of stuck in their ways. You didn't say it, I'm saying it. And I think that anybody who's watching or listening should really pay close attention to what you and your staff and everybody at Monarch Title is doing, because it's exciting. It's exciting stuff.
When you look at even the last 9 months, right? California got shut down in March of last year, 11 months. When you look at the last year of any economy, of any business possible, talk about a disruption. And make no mistake, real estate is still the greatest investment ever. And it's continued on in this incredible trajectory through it all. And there's no indicator this year that says it's going to slow down. So, but still, I believe every economy, especially title, has been disrupted, right? And what's the disruption? It's COVID.
Yep.
And so what we found is there's so much potential with the new COVID industry, right? whether it's leveraging social media,
Mhm.
whether it's allowing people the ability to work remotely,
Sure.
all these different things, we have the technology to support it,
Mm.
right? And
Yep.
and if you have the belief in your staff and in your team, then let them work remotely, right? Take care
Yeah.
of them, support them,
Mm.
leverage technology to still be more efficient than ever. And then,
Mm.
when I got to tell you, when COVID hit,
Yeah.
it was an interesting moment, because, like everything, you have to find your opportunities. So when
Right.
COVID hit in March, and I had to literally, everyone had to stay home in California.
Mhm.
And I remember sitting on my couch and I told my wife, I said, damn, I'm in my shorts, I'm in my V-neck. Like, what are we supposed to do now?
Right.
And that simple question of what are we supposed to do now was so thought provoking, and it allowed me to do things on social,
Mm.
things on my sales team, things that we would not rather be doing.
Mm.
The Zoom meeting, right? I
Yeah.
don't think this happens without COVID hitting, right?
Nope.
And then Greg realizes, damn, dude, you mean to tell me I can talk to anyone, anywhere in the United States, like via Zoom, and then go live to Facebook? Like, thank you.
Yeah.
And so you're a testament to that. If
Mm.
you've embraced the true opportunities, what's happened over the last 12 months, you are perfectly fine. I'm sitting back saying, dude, I am perfectly fine
Mm.
with dealing with social and
Sure.
dealing with technology and dealing what
Mm.
this new world has given us.
Wow.
I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So again, you find the opportunities, no matter how challenging the world or the economy might be. Find your opportunity and then scale from there and detach yourself from that completely.
I think that's huge advice for anybody who's watching or listening. And I think a lot of true professionals have repositioned,
Right.
really understood the pros and cons of their business, their life, personally, professionally, and they've done their best to really, take it to that next level and not let these things. Unfortunately, there's been a lot of people too who didn't adapt and
I
they're
agree.
left behind in that way. But such as business, such as life, and I think that ultimately it's an inspiring portion to say, look, you can keep moving on, staying positive, and really going back to a question that I would love to ask you. And this might segue into the next portion, David, which is the importance in your thought process of mindset and getting after it, like really just not let anything get in your way or stand in your way. I know you're big into mindset. So any thought process or advice, anybody's watching or listening that way?
I'm huge about that. Mindset rules everything in my life.
Mhm.
And I'm very, very proud and excited to say that this weekend I'm going to have my 40th birthday. And
Big.
although the hairline doesn't reflect, he's only 39. Yeah,
I
he's
was
only
gonna
39.
say, man, come on.
He's a weathered 39 though. But anyway,
I love it.
one of the things that always occurred is, like, when I first got the ability to be a sales manager,
Sure.
part of the questioning, the self questioning says, well, I think I was 32 at the time.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think I was 32.
Okay.
And the question comes like, you're only 32. Like,
Hmm.
should you be a sales manager? Should you be a sales manager in LA County? They're all 50 and 60,
Hmm.
and these questions occur. Am I ready for that next step?
Hmm.
And, one of the things that, I hold near and dear to my heart is my mindset.
Love it.
At the end of the day, we have, it sounds super cheesy, but the whole YOLO aspect, or YOLO,
Sure.
I
Yeah.
hate it. But like, nothing in life is guaranteed.
Mhm.
And I know that for a fact. And COVID has also proven that. There's so many, people who have passed over the
Mhm.
last year. It
Right.
is so scary, but I use that fear to
Mm.
make sure that I accomplish whatever the hell I have to accomplish
Mhm.
in my life. I need to do that. I need to do that now. I'm not
Mm.
going to wait until I'm 50 and 60 and 70,
Mm-mm.
and I have goals and I have dreams. And I realized, especially taking the early leaps in my career, like, I don't need an invite to be successful.
Mm.
You don't have to be a certain age.
Wow.
You don't have to be 40 to be in management. You don't have to be 50 to be a CEO. You don't have to be 60 to
Mm.
make the most money that you're going to make in your life. You can do that now.
Well said.
You can do that now, and it all starts literally like right here.
Mm.
And so many times I've always made my decisions in my life based upon regret.
Mm.
Will I regret not doing this?
Wow.
And it came to Monarch title. Will I
Yeah.
regret not doing this? And when I really stopped and thought about that, I said, hell yeah, I'm going to regret that. Why
Right.
not? Why not do it? And at the end of the day, the trust comes in my own ability to hopefully work through whatever challenges that come. We
Right.
can get through this. And you hire the right people, and you surround yourself by honest, good, genuine people.
Wow.
And then you grow it. But make no mistake, you have to take that leap.
Sure.
You have to take that jump in life. And whatever it is, and I don't care if it's starting a new business or venturing off to a new company, or even changing careers, whatever it is, if it's something that's pulling on your heartstrings, do it.
Wow.
Do it, and don't wait for the invite to be successful. That's for sure. There's no prerequisite to success, period. And talk about like influencing. I go to so many speakers in life. Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Do you know how old Martin Luther King was when he passed away? Alexa, how old was Martin Luther King when he passed away? He was 39 years old.
39.
I don't know if it was 30 or 30. Think about the influence a 39-year-old could have over the world.
It's insane.
And when you look at his pictures, when you hear his speeches, you think this guy's got to be 50. He might be 60, right?
Sure. Yeah.
He's a weathered man, but make no mistake, he was 39 years old, changing the world.
Yeah.
So again, there's so many, samples of global history that shows a 30-year-old can do it, a 40-year-old can do it, a 20-year-old can do it now more than ever.
For sure.
Don't wait for the invite to be successful. Get at it and give it all you got.
I mean, David, that's so true. And what's great about when you're saying this is I'm really understanding a deeper background as to your thought process and why you are the man that you are, and why you've been able to accomplish what you've been able to accomplish with that mindset, and really looking at life is it's promise to no man. And you mentioned YOLO, right? You only live once. And I think that there's so much truth to that. Looking at it, that's what people are going to be sitting and they say it all the time. Well, if you're on your deathbed, are you going to think about, what are you going to be thinking about? And it's the things that you wish you spent time with, the people and the opportunities and the things that you didn't take the risk or the chance. And I agree. There's never a right time. Any entrepreneur, any business professional, real estate professional who's watching or listening, they all know it. They've all experienced it some form or fashion, taking that leap, going after their dreams. And look, failure is a part of the process. It's okay. But I think that just having the faith in yourself to say, look, I'm going to do the best I can. Life is too short, and don't make any excuses. I think that's inspiring and motivating anybody who's involved in any industry, form or fashion that way. And I know that you're a giver. You want to give knowledge. You want to share everything that's going on. We spoke about before we went live, your Facebook group and starting that up. And I would love to share that with everybody. So Title Reps Only on Facebook. Can you talk to the audience a little bit about that, what it's about, kind of the basis into there?
Sure.
Because I think that's just wealth of knowledge.
So again, it goes back to, right, when COVID first hit, I'm sitting on my couch and I'm like, damn, what am I supposed to do now? And so one of my good buddies is Tristan Ahumada, and he started Lab Coat Agents. And Tristan is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, real estate influencer, I think, in the United States right now.
Oh gosh. So, shout out to Tristan if you're watching or listening.
Tristan,
we love you. We respect you.
That's right. So in having the ability to talk with him and converse with him, I remember I called him and I was like, dude, I love the fact that you created a community, right, where lab coats, where agents can come and share and learn and grow and do all these things. So I told him, I remember the call. I was dropping off my kids to school, and I said, dude, I'm going to start one from Title Reps. So it was literally like when COVID hit on my couch, I said, well, shoot, let me reach out to my title friends and get this going. So we started out with like 20 sales reps, title reps locally in LA. And then that grew to 50. And then boom, it jumped to like 250 title reps. Wow. And I was like, damn, this is pretty cool. And I remember telling my wife, I said, this is special. This is going to be cool. And so, then we got to 500 and then 1,000 by summertime, and I'm proud to say now, we've reached 2,000 title reps in a group, which is Title Reps Only. I know, it's pretty cool.
That's huge.
It's very, very cool. So, I think estimated why there's probably only like 5 or 6,000 title reps nationwide.
Mhm.
And so to think like we have potentially a third of them or even more than a third is really, really
Wow.
exciting. And we created this group again to give everyone in title the
Mhm.
ability to share and
Sure.
to ask for a referral and to even ask for help or to ask for advice and to share successes and to share stories.
Wow.
And title is such a cool little fraternity. So I'm
Mhm.
proud to say that I started this group, but it wasn't me. At the end of the day, the reps who are there, a part of it,
Sure.
they've been the one growing it and
Mhm.
contributing to it.
Wow.
And I'm just the straw that stirs the drink a little bit, but it's a special group that, again, when you sit down and you say, well, what am I going to do now? How am I going to shift, right, with
Mhm.
this new COVID thing? I'm proud to say that came out of it. And
Wow.
it's one of the more special things that I've been a part of as well, just to kind of unite the fraternity that we're in. So title reps only, check it out.
I love that. I'm going to have links in the comments down below. So anybody who is in the title industry that really wants to learn from some of the best and brightest minds and collaborate and be stirred by the straw, as it were, I think that's incredible,
That's a
incredible
line
stuff.
from my dad.
I love that. I love it though, David. I mean, I think that ultimately you're just providing so much love and value and support to
Yeah.
the real estate world and community. And again, it's just been an absolute thrill and an honor to be spending this time with you. It's one of those things where it's just always wonderful to meet new, exciting, innovative thought leaders into different industries. And I think that, when it comes down to it on Titans, and I think I've told you this before, many of the diehard fans, you're the first in the title industry to be on this show, and this is
Yeah.
217. So it's a big deal, and I have the highest of respect for you. And again, our colleagues and mutual connections, they just think the world of you, my friend. So it's my honor and pleasure to have you on here. And again, you shared a little bit of who you are and what you represent. And I can't stress enough, anybody out there who's watching or listening, follow David, jump on, get involved with Monarch, learn what they're doing and really understand what's going on. I can't stress that enough. But David, what's the best way for people to get a hold of you if they want to message you, reach out,
Yeah.
and get a hold of Monarch as well? What's the best ways?
Yeah. So for sure, Facebook, obviously.
Okay.
I'm capped out on friends, but whatever. Connect with me on Facebook, and
Yep.
I'll have to sort through them.
Make some room. Make some room. We all go through that.
Instagram's easier. I love Facebook. Don't get me wrong. Facebook is this. Facebook is Bravo Junior buttoned up and
Yeah.
Monarch title, and I'm very buttoned up on Facebook. But
Sure.
Instagram is more the fun side of Bravo Junior. I enjoy
Okay.
Instagram because I can mess around there. I can joke around a little bit more about my kids and stuff like that as well. So
Love it.
connect with me on Facebook, Instagram. I don't tweet. I don't think I'm at that status. I'm not
You're
trying to
good.
get a bunch of Twitter followers.
Right.
I do have an account, but I don't tweet.
Sure.
And then I have a TikTok, but again, I'm not a very good dancer, so I don't know how
I
much you're
got
going to
you.
get out of that.
I'm in the same
Uh,
boat. I'm in the same boat.
but if anyone wants to email me, they can email me as well. It's Bravo Junior, BRAVOJR at monarchtc.com.
Love
Bravo
it.
Junior at Monarch TC if you'd like to connect that way as well.
Awesome, David. And again, honor and a pleasure, my friend. I need to give you the official dubbing of the Real Estate Titans title. You can wear that badge proudly. That is yours forever, my friend. So thank you so much for taking the time. It was a pleasure.
I appreciate it, brother. Keep shining.
Yeah, likewise. And everybody, thank you as always for your time, attention, love, and support. If you like hear what they're doing with Real Estate Titans, don't forget to like, subscribe. You know what to do at this point. I do need to give our sponsor a quick shout out, Lion Bolt Media. If you are a real estate professional looking to grow and scale your business digitally, and you're looking for that brand awareness, that market saturation, lead generation conversion, visit lionboltmedia.com. We are live here on Real Estate Titans every Tuesday afternoon, a different Titan, a different location. We'll catch everybody in the next live episode of Real Estate Titans. Thanks. Take care. Thanks,
Great job,
David.
Greg. Great job, man.
Thank you.